Welcome to the podcast, and the headlines this time for Stockport NHS Foundation Trust has got to be the verdict around the trial for the nurse Victorina Chua, who was working with us at Stepping Hill Hospital and in the summer of 2011 ended up being found guilty of murdering 2 patients and poisoning 20 others. Our thoughts, first and foremost, are with those patients, their families and their relatives, because these heinous crimes must be impossible for them to ever forget, and unfortunately their experience will probably stay with them for a very long time. But we shouldn't forget the staff who for nearly 4 years have been working under challenging circumstances in the ward areas that Victorina Chua practiced. He has now been found guilty of life sentences 25, and the judge has given a minimum of 35 years in prison, which will see him a very old man when he is taken from prison. I just wanted to use this opportunity to say to any of the people who were affected, the patients who were involved, we were unable to have communication with you during the investigation and the trial. The police liaison service was doing that, but we now have the opportunity to speak with you about your experience if that would be helpful. Please contact either myself on email or by letter, or contact our patient experience service. We would be more than happy to try and help you over this terrible trauma. Those of you who were following the Victorina Chua trial will know that the police have grave concern about the qualifications that he had as a nurse, and that was well publicised. Just to confirm that the registration of nurses is dealt with by the Nursing and Midwifery Council, and we look to them whenever we want to appoint a nurse as to whether they have valid registration. In terms of Victorina Chua, we did all the checks that you would normally do from employment, such as 2 references, checking their CV, their either passport or date of birth, their criminal record bureau check, or now the barring service check to ensure they have no criminal cases against them. All of that was done. He went through full interview and was appointed using our normal, rigorous approach to recruitment. But as part of the police's concerns, the media have picked up that there may be issues regarding other foreign nurses within the country. And I would just like to say that we do have a number of nurses from both the European Union and outside of the European Union working here at Stepping Hill and in our community services. I've got nothing but praise for the care that they are giving to our patients, and I just want to assure them that we are entirely behind them, supporting them as first and foremost excellent employees of this organisation, giving care to our patients. We've now had our results for the Care Quality Commission's inpatient survey for 2014, and I'm pleased to say that we fared about the same as most organisations in terms of inpatient issues. We've done better in a number of areas, particularly one that we worked at strongly, which was noise at night, which is good to hear. And so we've done things like putting in soft shoes for our staff and soft closing bins. And well done to the staff for not having those conversations, which are very much part of patient care, but in ward areas during the night time. In addition to that, we scored better than other trusts around a communication issue, and thank you so much to the anaesthetic and anaesthetic nursing staff for this. I'm really pleased to be able to announce that Gillian Eason, our chairman, has been appointed for a further 3-year term by our council governors, which takes her up to November 2018. Gillian was appointed nearly 3 years ago to be our chairman, having served for 6 years before that as our deputy chair. In terms of continuity of service, this is a fantastic opportunity for us to take forward what is going to be some really challenging strategic issues for the organisation. And so I'm so pleased that the Council of Governors sought to reappoint Gillian. Care is very important for this organisation, and holistic care is something that we are improving always. There's been some specific work for patients with pancreatic or upper gastrointestinal cancers, and we've been doing some work to provide a clinic that very much looks at the patient on that holistic basis. And we've been working with the Beechwood Centre as well to support us in this. Thank you so much to the staff providing this much needed service for these vulnerable patients. Congratulations to a number of our staff for awards and achievements. Dr. Badri, who is one of our senior registrars, has won a significant award for his work in orthodontics and allowing patients' crooked teeth to be corrected. So this is a global award, and thank you to him. We've also had one of our ENT consultants and other staff involved in a global WebAir exercise where we've been talking about tracheostomy care and how we can improve that. Again, this was a real achievement, putting Stepping Hill at the centre of a global web seminar. And also thanks to our school nurses who have received award around meningitis throat swabs for older teenagers. They've been working to ensure that we've got very high rates of the meningitis swabs, so thank you to them. And finally, to our domestic staff, who are often the unsung heroes, thank you so much to them for their work in keeping the hospital and the community in many areas really clean. This has ensured that we have actually been able to reduce our hospital infection rates by 30%. Very much the domestics are part of this essential team for caring for patients in a completely hygienic and clean environment. So thank you so much to them.